Should it?
I don't know. It's kind of boring.
Well, perfect.
It's not going to be boring. It's
Okay.
going to be really intriguing.
Well, we're recording, so.
It's going to be great. It's going to be good. What?
Perfect.
Hi.
Hello.
How is it going with you, Shay?
It's going pretty good. We're in the middle of a work day, so it's a nice little change up.
It
And
is
it's not
from
the
late
nighttime,
night.
and it's not.
Things get weird in the
I
night.
didn't drink my bedroom today, so it's gonna be fine. Jesus Christ. No White Claw today.
Yeah, that's why we don't fucking record at night, because we just like don't
We get
know what
sloppy
to do.
real fast because my tiredness sets in, and I'm like, oh, it's past my
you're like-
bedtime, and I don't know what to do with myself anymore.
So I guess I'll just drink an extra shot.
I guess I just gonna have to drink this. It's much like my 20s where I just didn't know what to do past 9, and I just would drink my face off.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Perfect.
It's fine. Anyway, but here we are
Here we are.
drinking. What are we drinking today? We're drinking like something.
We're not drinking White Claws, but we're basically drinking a White Claw.
Yeah, it's like a fancier, more effort you kind of taken
It's
of a White Claw.
vodka because I had vodka still. Gotta use up that stuff, guys.
Yep.
So it's vodka with Topo Chico and freshly squeezed red grapefruit.
It is. I watched you do it.
And that's it. I was like, did I put anything else in there?
No, it's
And
nice
then
and
an
tart.
aftertaste of coffee because I just chugged a cup of coffee.
Because you're dragging a little bit. I'm gonna actually grab my cough drops so I don't cough in everyone's ear.
Oh, go get your cough drops. Stand by.
Is that? Oh, it's a leaf. Wait.
Is that shit?
I honestly thought it was.
Taste it.
No, Jesus. Chocolate or poop?
It's chocolate.
It's chocolate. I thought that was poop.
Where do you keep your cough drops on your stairs?
In my little fucking grandma hutch.
Oh, your little armoire in
Yeah.
the hallway.
In my hallway.
The hall armoire.
That's where I keep my porcelain dolls and secrets.
I bet.
Yeah.
Your chopped up hands. I couldn't think of what I was. Are you going to talk about that today? Isn't that what you rolled?
I am going to talk about murder,
Okay.
but I don't know if I'm going to have to. I'll have to find some.
And just to be clear, the title of the top. What?
What are you trying to say?
It's
Brianna?
crime. The genre's
There it
crime,
is.
not murder, but
It
it's
isn't.
always murder.
It's always murder with Shay because I just can't help myself.
She loves to tell those stories, but they're pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
This one's pretty short today, but I think it's just because they've been pretty long the last couple times, so trying to
Squeeze it in.
rein it in a little bit.
No, that's gonna be. I can't wait.
Yeah. You'll wait. You'll wait at least 45 minutes.
I hope it has some chopped up body parts.
Well, actually, you're not wrong. So
Perfect.
it's really,
It's not a crime murder story without that.
yeah, that's true. And what are you talking about? And how was your week? Did I ask you that, or did you ask me that?
No,
Geriatric hour at 30ish, because
No.
I can't remember what I've already talked about in this first.
I was
3
just
minutes.
asking what your topic was.
Oh, okay. You didn't ask me
I-
what my week was. Okay.
I didn't ask you about your
We didn't
week
get-
yet.
Well, it's just been full of mucus, and that's why I can't
Yeah,
remember
are you
anything.
sick?
Yeah, that's why I got my cough drops. My grandmore.
You don't
my
just suck on those for fun.
Not since 2010. That's not
When I was smoking bath salts and sucking on cough drops.
true.
I'm talking about science, and it kind of pertains to a little bit of not really what I was just saying, but
Illness.
kind of. No,
Oh,
no, just things. Also, I have a bunch of paint in my hair despite having showered.
oh, that's good.
And by a bunch, I mean there's just like the ends of my hair have fucking brown ass paint in them because I've been doing some manual labor in the last week, and I've been building a fence with my dad and my brother.
And you just forgot how to wash your hair.
I wash my hair, but it's not coming out.
Oh, you got some of that lead.
And
paint
then
that
I
just
try to
sticks
peel it
on.
out, and then it just rips my hair, and I'm like, I need a haircut. Probably is a sign of that, or just melted my hair.
That's fair too. Probably a little bit of both. But that's
Melted my hair.
good lord. Anyway.
Yeah, so that's what my week's been.
Sweet. Well, that's
Doing.
nice.
Going.
Yep.
And just cooking. Teaching cooking classes and... Oh, want to hear a hilarious fucking story about my cooking class the other day?
Always.
So, we were supposed to make bourbon caramel that I got bullet bourbon for the class. There were 19 people in my class.
Okay.
And we have, like, groups of, like, 4 or 5 that are in a group, and they all have to make, like, the packet of recipes. And it was a competition, too. Anyways, it was super fun. But I had the bourbon out because we put all the ingredients out for them to, like, go gather their ingredients when they're measuring out their
And
ingredients.
how old is
shit.
this class? Just let me preface that.
Late 30s, 40s, 50s, okay? At least late 30s, okay?
I'm already liking where this is going. But
So
go on.
and this was only one of the groups that was closest to the bourbon.
Okay.
Grabbed the bottle of bourbon, drank the whole bottle of bourbon. Then we were supposed to use it. That was like our last recipe, our bourbon caramel that we were supposed to make. And everyone's like, oh, we don't have any bourbon. And I was like, I literally bought a new bottle today. Meanwhile, the fucking group, the first group's like, we drank it all. I was like, are you guys fucking kidding me? You're just like taking shots? Like, that's not what this is about. So I was like, you guys are automatically disqualified. Fuck you guys. I was kind of joking about it, but ended up like, their food turned out the worst. They didn't even, they like made apple crisp and you were supposed to like toss it. Yeah, they were supposed to toss it in like cinnamon, sugar, like,
and they were just like
the lemon zest, orange zest.
Ton.
They literally just did apples. They didn't even put anything else on them and made the apple crisp that way. So I was like, I didn't even need to disqualify you guys because you guys, your food, they like burned their fucking sauce for their chicken.
But they're like, whatever, dude.
I was like, but you guys really won because you got all the bourbon. Yeah. So,
oh my God.
That was fun.
I like how they just like drank it all.
They literally drank the whole bottle.
That just sounds so...
It was a small bottle, thank God.
I know,
I almost bought a bigger one, so I'm glad I didn't.
I know, but still, like... Just like late 30-year-olds that are just... I really like, because they're like, you know what? We've spent whatever on this cooking class. We're going to just do
it was like for a group. It was like a company. It was like...
Oh, so it was probably like a team exercise. And they were like, fuck that. We're getting drunk. Yeah.
Meanwhile, everyone else was like buying 3 beers at least for themselves. It was fun. It was fun.
That's kind of funny. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun. It's, again, way better than my week where I just was sick in bed with a runny nose.
Did you catch up on any good shows? Did you download Disney Plus like everyone else and their fucking mom?
I was just gonna say, like, I did just download Disney Plus. And so that's what also I was doing on with my sick little time, because I'm just gonna sit here and watch 101 Dalmatians.
Is that what you did?
I did. I watched 101 Dalmatians. I want to say, yeah. I mean, I want to say, actually, you know what? The first thing I watched when I got on that app, Aladdin.
Oh,
come on, it was.
First thing I would watch, Even Stevens.
Yep, it has all that on that shit.
I know, and all the Disney or Brink.
Yeah, I also thought about watching Xenon, but I didn't watch that one.
Do you remember the stepsister from Planet Weird? Do you remember that?
Maybe, I don't know. Not
it
off the top
was
of my head.
the weirdest Disney Channel original movie, DCOM, if you will.
I don't think I watched that one.
And it was about this girl from another planet, and she was like a bubble, and she talked really weird, and like it was her dad. I don't even fucking know. It was really interesting, weird.
Okay.
Anyway,
might look that up.
It has a
later.
lot to do with what I'm talking about today. I'm just kidding.
Wow. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the hell you've given me, like weird clues, but not clues. It's weird. But anyway, so yeah,
this is Bree's Clues, bitch.
I want to say
we don't got no handy dandy notebook.
No, just her.
Just your stoner thoughts.
Just the stoner thoughts.
My stoner clues.
But yeah, I want to say that I downloaded that because, you know, I'm going to watch like a bunch of, that and like, you know, all the Star Wars shit on there, which I love so much.
Oh, and I heard there's a new show.
Which that's what I've heard
is really good.
Is amazing.
And by I heard, I mean our friend Josh Massara, who's obsessed with Star Wars, said it's really good. And he's like crazy about that shit. So I was like, it must be good.
I've heard it's really, really awesome. And again, like I want to say, like I got it for all like the grown up adult stuff like on there, but like I don't quote unquote.
And National Geographic's on there, right?
Yeah, there's something with like The World According to Jeff Goldblum, and I want to see what the fuck that's about.
What?
Yeah, so
I love me some Jeff.
There's just a lot of fucking shit on there.
Sexy old man.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking shit on there. So that was actually a very good, like, I was like, I'm not doing that, and then I was like, I guess I'll try it, and then I was super happy that I did.
Are all the like nature documentaries then too on there?
I think so. I haven't looked that much. Like all the Pixar shit's on there. I mean, and I've already watched WALL-E.
Bug's Life.
Bug's Life. Yeah.
I haven't watched that since I had horrible dreams about A Bug's Life. But
why did you have horrible dreams about it?
When or why?
Why?
I was really sick when I was like, I don't know, when did that movie come out?
Like 97, 98?
I was maybe like 10 or something.
Okay.
And I got really sick and I watched that movie. And I went
to bed. Hallucinatory dreams off of NyQuil.
Yeah. I did have hallucinatory dreams where I was an ant and the grasshoppers were like,
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, literally like evil. And I like woke up and I like felt sick and I was like crying and I think I was like thought I was gonna throw up or something. My mom was like rubbing my back. I like vividly remember the memory. She's like, Brianna, it's okay. You don't have to. It's okay. It's gonna be all right. And I was like, you would be crying too if the grasshoppers were trying to eat you. And I was like devastated. Like I was like in a fever fucking dream.
Right.
But also awake.
Right. It was like one of those dreams that was like, it was real. It was very, very real.
But that movie really affected me. Mm-hmm. But that happened a lot. Like I would watch a movie and then when I go to sleep, like dream about it and then kind of like wake up, not even when I was sick, but like be like half awake and like be interacting with my family, but like in this weird sleep stage. Like one time I watched Stuart Little. Jesus. And
all the little things.
Yeah. Maybe I was sick. Anyway, watched Stuart Little. And went to bed, and my sister was, like, up in her room, and I had gone to sleep. But then I woke up because I was having a bad dream. And I, like, went to my sister's room, and I was like, Danielle, can I sleep in your room tonight? Because if I did... Usually if we watch a scary movie, I'd do that because I was scared out of my mind. She was like, why? Because we watched Stuart Little. And I was like, because Stuart Little can't find his camera. And I was, like, so upset about it and, like... knew I was saying this to my sister but thought it was my real life and she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway,
that's hilariously awesome.
Does that not happen to you? Does that happen to anyone?
I mean, I'm sure it does.
Doesn't happen anymore really, but
like I mean I'm sure like when people fall asleep, like a lot of times I fall asleep and like it seeps into my dreams, so I don't know why I fall asleep to like fucking forensic files. You think I would learn my lesson, but nope. Anyway, so
who knows?
But anyway, that was the excitement.
Did you just bump your head a little bit?
I totally did.
I saw that in the corner of my eye.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just a little delusional myself. But anyway, so.
Well, Shay,
you want to just jump on into this thing today?
We should do it.
I don't know why I keep picking my phone. Okay.
We should get on into it. We'll see you after these messages from ourselves.
It's just the one, though.
The one message from us. Okay, bye. Is that really how you open a Halls?
Yep, just
that
like
frantically,
like a little mouse,
like a little cat,
like a little cat mouse.
I was trying to get Shay to do some ASMR so she would understand what it is, but
I think it just sounds like a weird sound effect, but okay.
Yeah, and then people like relax from that shit or like jack off to it, I guess.
I mean, those are two very different things, but okay.
They are.
I guess you can relax after you jack off, but whatever. To each their own.
You can be. What?
What?
Who?
Okay.
We can be heroes, just you and me.
That's a good song. Now,
thanks.
What are we talking about today?
Okay, guys. Hey, what's up? It's Bree, so that means I'm the first one to go, like every time. First person to talk.
Single time.
And today, we're talking science, and we're talking about the science of positive thinking. Isn't that special?
That is special.
So get your fucking thinking caps on, Shay.
Okay.
Because we're thinking good thoughts.
That's kind of funny then. Yes, you're right we were talking earlier about a sugar pill. So yes, this is kind of like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sugar pill.
Okay.
For your brain. Without... I just poked myself in the eye. Oh. Okay.
Perfect.
So I'm going to start you off with a famous quote by our friend Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, okay. I mean...
Most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. And boy, that's true. Even Abraham Lincoln knew that. Did you know that?
Like he said that? I close my eyes and I'm there and he's standing right in front of me.
He was sitting on that giant chair in
he was
the National Mall saying this to you.
Mm-hmm.
Most folks are about...
Why does he...
He does not
sound like he got hit with a tranquilizer dart. Jesus Christ.
Most folks are about...
Okay.
As happy...
Anyway, okay. So let me first off start by saying I'm obviously no fucking expert on any of this shit that I ever talk about in science, but I just want to talk about it to, spark some interest, spark some
knowledge,
some awareness for you.
I like it.
And yeah, it's just, and I've been listening to different podcasts and all sorts of shit, not only on positive thinking, but a bunch of other stuff. And it's nice to hear that it's affected so many different people in different ways positively. And it's like, well, it's just nice to, knowledge is power, and like seeing this happen in other people's lives, like makes it feel like, oh, well, this actually seems like a legit thing to maybe try.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Manifestation. Yeah.
So let's first start out by what? Just shut up. Don't just delete that. So let's talk about positive thinking now, shall we? I'll stop ranting about weird random things and Abraham Lincoln. So positive thinking doesn't necessarily mean avoiding or ignoring the bad things. Instead, which a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you just have to pretend to be happy all the time, and that's what positive thinking is. It's a little deeper than that.
I hope so, because I want to punch those people in the face.
Because yeah, it's like, okay, no,
it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna be fine.
Yeah,
you just gotta think positively. I'm like, I will think about shanking your throat open.
Yes, it's about making the most of a potentially bad situation and trying to see the best in other people and viewing yourself and your abilities in a positive light, instead of like, that negative self-talk we talk to ourselves. And also just like, I don't know, just kind of changing your viewpoint. Like maybe something is negative, but like thinking about why it's happening, or just kind of make that kind of stops you. It's kind of a little awareness to be like, oh, well, why am I thinking like this? Like, can I change my mind if you have the time to do that? Like, not if you're running away from like a tiger or something, but.
I mean, if you could think really positively that it's just a kitten.
Yeah, that's different, I guess.
Maybe that would be helpful. Like a little tiger kitten, like not crazy. Like, we don't have to like actually say it's like a different kind of cat, but anyway. So it's like kind of like just like the power of intention. Kind of hand in hand with that. At least I know it's not the same thing, but it's kind of goes along with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And being optimistic instead of pessimistic. But obviously you can't always be optimistic about everything, which is fine. But I'll get more into that a little bit later. All right. So positive thinking actually means approaching life's challenges with a positive outlook. So obviously, like, it's not thinking that your life is always going to be fucking rainbows and sunshine and shit, because it's not. It's about taking those situations and instead of like putting all this negative energy or negative thoughts into it, like, oh my God, this is horrible, this is shitty, which obviously you should feel those things. You should be feeling like if something's shitty, it's shitty, and you should be able to feel that way. But it's also like not dwelling in that space. Like take the time to like realize like what it is and what's going on, but like being able to step back from it and being like, okay, so how can I move forward from this, instead of just like sticking yourself in that negative spot because it's just going to keep digging you down deeper into a worser spot kind of thing. So research is beginning to reveal that positive thinking is about much more than just being happy or displaying an upbeat attitude. And you can actually create real value in your life and help you build lasting life skills to better yourself every day by thinking more positively. And there's proven benefits of it. Longer lifespans, less stress, obviously, lower rates of depression, increased resistance to the common cold.
Okay, well,
just kidding.
So I'm just negative Nelly all
You're
the time.
so negative. No, I'm just kidding. Better stress management and coping skills, lower risk of cardiovascular disease-related death, increased physical well-being, and better psychological health as well. which, I mean...
I guess it makes sense. I mean, yes, that all makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
if you're not...
going to think positively, you're going to not... It's like when people, like, are... I don't know. Like, this is a really sad example, but, like, when people are in nursing homes, they tend to sometimes, especially, like, when they're very aware that they're there, I've kind of seen people that have... Or not seen, but, like, I've heard of people that have just died quicker because, you know, they're sad all the time.
Mm-hmm. So, completely. And, like, their families are just... You know, their families just drop them off. Some of them never get visited. Like,
just push grandma out of the car, Timmy.
Yeah, it's like, or like,
we've got
people.
Things to do.
Not saying that people put themselves in dementia, but I don't think that helps the whole situation either.
I think sometimes they do. They like to forget. I mean, why wouldn't you want to forget like a situation that you're in if you have no other choice?
And if you're just sitting there like, I have to sit in this fucking room when I used to like be able to do everything for myself, and I just have to wait.
Depressed, you know, even if it's like not even it's out of their control, even when they really can't live by themselves. So I mean, I don't know. I get like there's merit to this.
90% of success in any walk of life is a direct result of how the mind is used, and you can see that in top athletes, top business executives, top parents, top entrepreneurs, and some of the most successful individuals is because they have this mindset that they are able to do whatever they need to do.
I know. I'm not quite there yet, and I feel like...
No, it's fucking hard when
I'm putting all these things in my cart, and I'm like, I don't know how to still be happy about this.
Mm-hmm. And
so I'm working on it.
I know. It's a fucking struggle, but it's nice to know that everyone goes through it, and everyone obviously, like, we're all in a struggle. Like, everyone has like different ranges of pain and suffering and you know, stress and you know, all sorts of stuff, and it's just how are you going to look at it, I guess.
How do you manage it,
and how you can manage it. Yeah.
So I guess that is something that I've been battling this week. It's just like, okay, but this is a good thing. It's a good thing that I'm so busy. It's a good thing that I have...
Because weren't you just asking for that?
And I was, you know? But now it's just like, it really is interesting that you're like, you get so stressed out, like, okay, and I kind of made myself sick, and like, yeah, that might be another sign, like, I need to slow down. I need to like, just really set boundaries and really set like, you know, some good deadlines for myself and everything else. And it's not that I can't, but my brain easily goes to that space like, oh my God, this is too hard. I can't do this. Mm-hmm. It easily
and
goes
it's
there.
fear, and that's part of... It's like a survival mode. Like,
it's so much easier to go to a 9 to 5 and just like leave it at the door. I mean, so it's just like, am I going to let it break me?
Mm-hmm. But like, would you be happy doing that versus
trying to absolutely
do something that you love and you're passionate about?
Right.
So yeah,
it's a catch-22. So but see, there's my brain again. It's like, oh, it's a catch-22, but why does it have to even be any like remotely negative?
And it's it's fucking hard.
I'm a walking
life
example.
Is weird. We all are. I am too. Again, I'm just relaying the information. I do this all the time. Hard. And it's just nice diving deeper into it, and like
it is
just, and I seriously read shit like about this all the time, and I need a constant reminder. Obviously, like always, I feel like we all do. Even the people that are like fucking top yoga guru, wellness, health epitome of fucking happiness.
I know. They walk around and that's all you see is like them happy. Like, oh, you just got to do this. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you because you're not being real with me. I think that's where I have my problem with a lot of this stuff, is that that's great, and I know that the idea and everything behind that, and absolutely you take in what you radiate out 1,000%. But like half those times when you hear those talks, you don't hear the real part of it. I'm like, you need to be real with me, because then I don't even want to talk or like listen to what you're saying, because you're not being real with me.
Yeah.
So I feel like an asshole when I'm not like, you know,
oh, sunshine is coming out of this fucking
like this unicorn's assholes puddle. And you just take a cup and you keep putting it in your mouth and you give it the most amazing rim job ever. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Rim jobs? Is that what you need for happiness, Shay?
Oh, God, no.
Maybe.
But you know what I mean. Like, it's just like, I want, that's great, but I want also, when I hear those talks, essentially, is just be real with me. Because then because I feel like that's where a lot of people get tripped up. It's like, okay, if you're not thinking like that all the fucking time, you're a fucking failure.
Which is not true. And I'll get into that in a second, too.
I'm hitting all your bullet points before you even hit them.
You are. So
Perfect.
It's really as simple as what Henry Ford said. If you think you can do a thing or think you can't do a thing, you are right.
Look at you, quote machine.
I know. I got a bunch of quotes today. Fucking hashtag quotes.
Hashtag Wikipedia?
Hashtag no.
Oh, damn, girl.
Hashtag.
You're better than me.
I think this was from the Huffington Post.
Oh, wow. Multiple sources. I like it.
Multiple, guys. This is real life. So we often fail before we ever begin an undertaking because we use our minds in the wrong way. We use past failures, imaginary fears, and feelings of unworthiness to scare us away from pursuing our biggest dreams. How many of you guys do that? I'm raising my hand. Are you?
I am.
Learning how to cultivate complete belief or faith is one of the challenges that stands in the way between where you are and where you most wish to be. It takes consistent effort to convince yourself that you are capable of succeeding. And it's not really like, I don't like that wording, like convincing yourself. It's not like, and it's also not like fake it till you make it. Like you also have to believe you're deserving of, I think, I mean, this is what I feel from the bunch of random stuff I've been hearing and reading about lately is like, you also, it's not just like faking that like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. And you're really, but your feeling inside is like, this is a lie. This is a lie.
Yeah.
And at first, when you start telling yourself these kinds of things that you normally would believe is like not true, it is going to feel like a lie. But once you more affirm yourself in it, supposedly,
no, that makes
sense. You
sense.
Can, I mean, I haven't done this myself. I've only heard about it a million and a half times from a bunch of different people. But, yeah, it's just about believing and knowing and having and, like, feeling that it's true and not just, like, pretending it is.
No, I get that. You're using your gut is essentially. I mean, like, as long as that core feeling is there. It's like, okay, like, for instance, when I was starting out, which I'm still am technically starting out, it's just like, I don't know how I'm going to make this work. I don't know how I'm going to like know that, but I know somewhere deep down it's going to be fine. Like, I don't know. And I think that's maybe where you kind of have to go off of. And yeah, you got to do all like the human stuff that you got to, the
along
basic
the way,
along the way. Like if you got to get like the, whatever you got to do to make the dream happen. But that's what it is for me. It's just like or at least that's what I've been battling. Like, I don't know how. I have no fucking idea how it's gonna be okay, but I know at my core this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and it's gonna be okay.
And
so
just
to
keep
me, I'm not faking
forward.
it. Yeah, so I'm not faking it.
Yeah, no, and not like you're doing this. Like, it's fucking scary and hard every day, but you're like. But no, I don't want to go backwards. Like it's like keep moving forward and keep believing that because we're capable of anything that we want, despite whether you think that or not. Right. But it's just, this has a lot to do with it. Is that positive thinking but just deeper than just like, we're digging deep. Everything's perfect. It's not, nothing's perfect. And that's the thing, being accepted of that. Like, just because I have $1 million, like, doesn't mean my life's gonna be perfect. If that's your ultimate goal, like, you're still gonna have struggles, and it's just still
you have family members asking you for money,
rolling with the punches and getting back up from them. It's true.
No, digging deep today, Brie.
Yes, science. So you can't tell yourself that you believe in your abilities just one or two times and expect that to make the real difference. You have to affirm your belief in yourself day after day, month after month, until it becomes an unbreakable habit.
Like an affirmation.
Yes. Definitely. So when you reach a point of having complete faith in yourself, you'll know it. There's a noticeable rush of positive energy throughout your entire body that lets you know that in this moment you do in fact believe in yourself. And you can feel that when you like are making a decision that you like know in your gut is like right. Like how does that feel? Right. Like you know what feels right. And that's just like finding that more, like taking a little more time to maybe like feel those feelings and like actually acknowledge them to like know, oh, this is actually feeling right in my gut, or like, oh, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to say yes anyway. Like, sometimes you have to do stuff like that, but just like knowing, well, this is actually, maybe I don't want to do this right now, but it's going to put me ahead later on or something like that kind of thing too. And just like taking all of life's moments and kind of spinning them to a positive light, because really, if you think about it, everything that's happened in your past has led you up to this point, whether good or bad, or like, different things in your life. Like if you took a different path, you could have gone this way, but you're on the, I don't know. It's just.
You like a white Oprah. I like it.
I'm trying. Just kidding. Thanks, Shay.
Look out for her book club like next week. It'll be great.
Oh my God. Mine?
Just yours.
I have to read a book?
Just sponsor it. Don't worry about it.
And when you're experiencing positive emotions like joy, contentment, and love in your life, you'll just automatically see more possibilities in your life.
Still looking for that, so.
Well, you need to experience more emotions of joy, contentment, and love.
Well, I can't do that unless I find love, so how am I going to do that?
Girl, you got to find the love in yourself.
I already have several times this week. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's good. In myself. Is that why those raisins are up here? Just kidding. I have no idea.
I don't know what you're fucking into.
She has a bag of raisins.
Hey, leave my raisins alone.
Sun-made raisins in her room right now. I was an old woman.
Feeling like an old woman with my fucking bone broth. And I was like, you know what sounds like a good snack, Samuel? Here's some raisins.
Samuel.
Sound like an old...
Spree. So we talked about positive thinking, but let's talk a little bit about your negative thoughts. And I'm not saying that negative thoughts are all bad. I'm not saying you should be negative fucking Nancy all the time, because that sucks. But
well, I'll know this when, like, especially if I go down like a fucking fiery plane crash, I'll be like, you know what, this is fine. It's fine.
Then you'll be free. Just kidding.
From this mortal coil. That'll be great.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
So our brains are still programmed, like, from the fucking times when we were, like, getting chased by saber-toothed tigers and shit, to respond to negative emotions in the same way, by shutting off the outside world and limiting the options that we see around us. Fight or flight.
I was like, you're talking about fight or flight?
I literally wrote fight or flight.
The sympathetic and the parasympathetic brain?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What?
Oh, damn,
I know some shit. I listened to that one day in fucking psychology class.
Yes.
And I was like, that's interesting. Well, look, our teacher's putting our fucking... another video of All About Eve. Great. Or no, it's the 3 Faces of Eve or something. Something about Eve. I don't know.
What?
It's like the 3. There was one movie. It was called like the 3 Faces of Eve.
Like as in Adam and Eve?
No, it was like a fucking like it was.
Like
I think
some
it was
bitch?
like made in the 70s, and it was kind of about multiple personality disorder. Yeah. So it's called the 3 Faces of Eve.
The only thing I remember watching while being an aide in AP Psych was when
That's my favorite story.
when they fucking showed us a video of LASIK eye surgery.
What? Why in psychology?
I don't know, because your eyes, I don't know. I don't know. Why did we watch that, Mrs. Holmes, while I was grading papers for you goddamn Scantrons?
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Did you have a Scantron machine? Dumb.
Yeah, we did. I didn't have to grade the Scantrons.
Okay.
We just had to fucking shove them in.
Just shove them in. And you're like, well, I hope that's right.
Like,
but whatever.
That person erased a lot of shit. I think they fucked up. So here's a real life example of fight or flight. When you're in a fight with someone, your anger and emotion might consume you to the point where you can't think about anything else. Or when you're stressed out about everything and you have to get done that day, you might find it hard to actually start anything because you're paralyzed of how long your to-do list has become. Ever experienced those kinds of things?
I mean, every single day.
Exactly. So in this case, your brain closes off from the outside world and focuses on the negative emotions of fear, anger, stress, or whatever you're feeling. And the negative emotions prevent your brain from seeing other options and choices that surround you. So, but you can change how you respond to these negative thoughts, basically first by starting to be aware of them. So like,
right.
Don't fall into this pitfall of like keep thinking all the negativity of like, oh, I have to do all this shit today, and then oh my god, and then I have to do that, and then when am I gonna start this, and then oh my god, but I don't have enough money to do that, and then blah, 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 blah.
I mean, you're just like
and then you just like seriously feel like I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, it's just overwhelmed.
You're overwhelmed.
I mean, that's kind of like where I was like last week. I was like, holy shit, where do I even start? How would I just not start and I just lay in here and watch like the fucking Star Wars trilogy because now I have it at a click of a button.
Exactly.
That seems like a much better choice.
Yes. Isn't that funny how we do that?
I do it all the time. Which, again, like, I guess it is something that, like, kind of streaming services kind of play into that epidemic, honestly.
Just, like...
If I say epidemic one more time, I'm going to be like, look how, like, scholarly I am.
Just tune out. Yeah.
It's true.
Just
tune out and shut up.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
It also can be easy to beat yourself up over feeling negative. So that's another
Absolutely.
So you can't be doing that either. Like, if you get a negative thought, you can't be like, oh, fuck, I'm not supposed to be having negative thoughts. Right. Like, then you're, like, having more negative thoughts about yourself, and that's just a whole nother spiral that you go down. So it's all about work. It's all about the work, the inner work, knowing, like, being aware of when it's happening and just trying to skew that perspective if,
Yeah. No, it's like
before you go down into a deeper hole. And it's obviously hard to do that sometimes. Life is fucking shitty.
Sometimes it just keeps handing you like the shit sandwich with like the fucking diarrhea bag of chips, and it's just like, well, I guess I'm just eating shit for lunch and fucking morning, noon, and night. This is awesome. But I mean, it's, that's kind of where I was at, where I used to like just be like, I would just sit in that negative fucking pit of despair.
It's easy to.
Of Buffalo Bills. And so what I would start to do was like, okay, I'm being negative right now, but that's okay. That's fine. But like, how do I reframe this? Mm-hmm. So it just became like, so that I feel like has gotten better. So.
And you always learn something from it. Like, you always learn something about yourself from it. I feel like, like your tendencies or your triggers or things to avoid or situations to avoid.
1,000%.
Or, like, those negative feelings are good in that way. It just is your body telling you, like, oh, you need to work on some shit around this. I feel like Absolutely. I'm like pointing like in my liver.
I was like, you're looking at your like, is that your pancreas or your liver? I don't
this
know.
Is my brain and my stomach brain.
It's like you're making like a tiny like little like bass air guitar, slapping the bass.
That's where my thoughts are. Okay,
that's right there.
Because I'm always thinking about eating.
That's fair. Who is it? Stress eating. What?
A lot of and a lot of things you'll hear, like, you only have to think positive and whatever, like we said earlier. But again, negative thoughts won't hold you back from attracting what you're trying to bring in either. Like, because if our thoughts alone were that powerful, like,
we'd all be fucked.
There would be a bunch of crazy ass shit going on, So it's like that knowing and that feeling and that like intuitive, like, it's just about. It's like your true feelings, like not, I don't know. It's your thoughts that are actually in like relation with like your true self, I guess.
Yeah, I get it. Picking up what you're throwing down.
So when you boil down fear, it usually is a deeply rooted feeling of not being worthy enough, not deserving, not being good enough, or simply being afraid. So don't think as soon as you have a negative thought, you're fucking up. They're just clues on where you need to work on more, and clues on where you need to, maybe think differently about things. Because
I do like puzzles.
Exactly. That sounded like a fucking guitar.
Yeah, it's just because it's scraped against the little thingy.
Okay, anyway. And it's also an opportunity for you to look inwards. What about the event is triggering these emotions within you? That's just a question you need to ask yourself. Okay?
Okay.
So yeah, just a little more on negative thinking. It can lead to more accurate decisions and outcomes sometimes than optimistic thinking. But again, it's like, if you're just thinking like, oh yeah, this fucking, I don't know. Some people, you can't be overly, like, you need to be realistic, but also optimistic. Anyway, so let's talk about some quantum physics of positive thinking. Quantum physics is actually uncovering that one's perceptions and beliefs about reality actually alter reality to fit that perspective. So quantum physics, it's not just some like motherfucking like woo-woo hippies like being like, oh, think positively, even though we've been hearing about this since
the
the start of human civilization and like different religions and different, stuff like that.
That's absolutely
But now
true.
quantum physics is proving that this is actually fucking like real.
Right.
So, for example, scientists have performed experiments attempting to discover whether the basic building blocks for our universe are either particles or waves. They've argued as each scientist obtained different results whenever the experiment is performed. And eventually they took a step back and began experimenting in a new way. So like each different groups of scientists kept proving what they were thinking, but it was like, so how are we proving this? Or like, how are we going to figure any of this out? So they discovered that the fundamental building blocks became waves or particles depending on the expectations of the scientists doing the experimenting. If the scientists expected them to be particles, that's what they appeared as. If the scientists expected them to be waves, that's what they appeared as. This new understanding of our world has yet to make it to the mainstream individual. Thus, people continue to believe that their reality is the way it is because of something beyond their control, when in fact their reality is the way it is because of the specific way they expect it to be, or how different things in their life have moved forward to that point. This explains why the most successful individuals place so much importance on their minds. They realize that they create their own reality by their beliefs, and so they throw their full efforts into cultivating a mindset that inevitably leads them to a phenomenal success they enjoy. While the average person forever blames people and circumstances for their failures, the successful individual always looks within for the source of both achievement and failure.
Yeah.
That's from the Huffington Post.
Oh,
just
got it.
So you guys know.
I like the source. I like the source crediting.
Didn't know why I was just reading that.
But I like it. I like it.
So here's a question. If your success in life is almost entirely a result of how you use your mind, how much time are you devoted to developing your mind? Shay.
I don't know. B.
All the above.
I don't know.
So, how to increase positive thinking in your own motherfucking life. So, first of all, I wanted to talk about happiness versus success. So, there's no doubt that happiness is the result of success or an achievement.
Right.
But so often we wrongly assume that this means happiness always follows success, or like you will only be happy if this happens.
Right.
So there's a theory that was developed by a scientist, I think her name was Barbara Fredrickson, and it proves that happiness is essential to building the skills that allow for success. Mm-hmm. So periods of positive emotion and unhindered exploration are when you see the possibilities for how your past experiences fit into your future life. When you begin to develop skills that blossom into useful talents later on, and when you spark the urge for further exploration and adventure.
Oh.
So basically, seek joy, play a bunch, pursue adventure, and your brain will just do the rest. Just fucking do things that make you happy.
Just fucking live.
Just fucking live your fucking life.
God
YOLO.
Damn, I was just gonna
Drake
say it.
knows. Duh. You wanna live once. That's a motto. YOLO. Every about it every day, every day. Do you want me to rap that whole song for you?
No,
right now?
I'm good, but
Are
thank
you sure?
you.
I'm the fucking man. Y'all don't get it, do ya? Just kidding. I was really into my rap.
I know, I saw it. You were cradling that
I was
microphone.
cradling that mic.
Like
Can you hear it differently? I'm on Rhythm and Flow. Have you been watching that shit?
Sure haven't.
Motherfucking flowing. I got my Raisinades. I got my Sun Made. I got my Rocco's Modern Life phase. I don't know.
I like it.
Wow. I guess I drank half my drink, so maybe that's
I drank
what's
all my
happening
drinks,
right now.
so it's fine.
I drank all my drink. I drank half my drink. I drank my Sun Made raisins in my...
Blah, blah, blah. My vodka drink.
Anyway...
All right.
Anyways, if you guys couldn't tell, that was the end of my presentation on positive thinking.
I like it.
I hope that you guys took some things from it. I hope you go do some research. There's a fuck ton of podcasts. Just go look
it up.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Also, I've been listening to podcasts about like manifestation and shit. And also, I don't know if you've ever heard.
It goes hand in hand with it.
Have you ever heard about The Secret, the book or the movie?
The problem with The Secret.
It's so cheesy, but there's some truth.
There's some truth. There is some truth with it. But the problem with The Secret is it gave everyone a party line. It didn't tell them how to do the work.
Yeah, you're right.
That's my problem with The Secret. That's again, it's a lot with those kind of speakers.
It's about the work and
those
yourself.
kind of ideas is that they give you the party line. They don't tell you how to do the work. And they're like, oh, you just be happy. Okay, but how do I do that? And what happens when I get into this roadblock? Oh, well, you're just doing it wrong. Go fuck yourself. Like, I cannot stand it because of that. But yes, I have heard of The Secret. Go on. Sorry.
Well, that's one thing. No, that's fine. I actually watched it like last week because I've been hearing about it a lot. And yeah, it's really like some of the people on it are like, okay, you're fucking
right,
real crazy. And also it's like, you guys were all millionaires before you had more millions. So I don't understand.
Like, I just took there's definitely millions and it was fine.
There's definitely some like truths and things that are like, oh shit, that makes sense.
The bones are there. 1,000%. Absolutely. The bones. Yeah. The bone gardens.
And then there's this girl named Lacey Phillips I follow, and I've heard about her on a podcast, and now she has a podcast, and she's like a manifestation coach, but she like is whatever that fucking means. Yeah,
see,
whatever
here's
that
the pessimistic
means.
of me. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Exactly. It's like, Christ. How are you doing this? But like all the stories she talks about, all the things, like I don't know.
And some people,
it's
and
just
I get
crazy
it. Some people
to hear
need that.
about.
Some people
and
need
yeah, it's
that
all about
hand-holding.
what makes it feel right to you.
Some people need those tools, and
it's all about wordage. Like some of the fucking like terms people use, I'm like, you sound like an idiot, but that's like, oh well, actually that just means this. Basically, if you like,
it's just because you're so enlightened.
It's just about no.
I'm just kidding.
It's not. It's not. It's probably because I just believe everyone.
It's okay. I'm gullible as fuck too, so don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some positive effects of different things, so I'm like, well, I feel like it could work, and all these people are fucking
right.
And it's like shit I've learned in the past that are, but not. I don't know. Where am I going? Delete all that, please.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it.
Anyways, you should look up Lacey Phillips. She has.
I'm gonna.
If you want to. I think I send you some of her quotes sometimes that are like,
you probably
fuck.
Do. Yeah.
Because she's like way more realistic about it. She's like.
And I probably would like her because of that.
Our fucking like. Yeah, you can't just fucking think positively to get, what you want. You have to actually work on yourself and like completely unblock yourself from like every past thing that you've, told yourself about yourself.
Gotta do the work.
Like it's all about your inner work and like just being okay with yourself and like loving yourself.
Yeah, and what you're ready to kind of let go of too. That's your part.
Exactly.
Part of the big thing.
And forgiving yourself and like, all sorts of shit.
We're insightful today.
Holy shit. Well,
way better than last week where I was like, is this microphone that I talk into? This is really awesome. Sorry about that, guys. Everybody, I apologize. Holy shit.
No,
so now I'm just coughing into the microphone. That's great. Anyway.
It's fine. Anyway, well, enough about me. Well, let's talk about crime.
Yeah, and I got some endorphins going on in the body and the fucking mind, and I'm just gonna come and just take all that and then just bring it all down.
I'm gonna positively spin your story.
You probably are, and I really hope you do because
it'll bring awareness to the horribleness that human beings are sometimes.
Because I can already hear you shriek on the one part that I'm going to talk about. So,
all right, can't wait. Let's dive right in, shall we?
Okay, I gotta pee first though. It's not mine. Okay,
it's my life. It's now or never.
I was like, what is that?
It's like, is that my voice?
He started singing. He started barking at you. Anakin! 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 Hey! Hey!
Anakin chewed a whole pack of gum today.
He did. He was naughty. Hey! Hey!
That's Shay's roommate's dog, if you guys didn't know.
Hackles down. Anakin. Annie?
There's Buddha coming out of the closet and going right under the bed. Wow.
Anakin, hey.
It is a crazy ass dude. Animal house. What is happening? Is there a ghost?
Apparently a ghost or the aliens are coming or maybe, I don't know. He's feeling the force.
Bob Lazar.
Anakin.
She's feeling the force of element 115.
Anakin. Hey, buddy. Do you miss your mom? Oh my god. Okay, I have to go. All right, you ready to untangle some trauma in the fucking murder ward? Because here we go.
I'm ready to go on the train.
On the Choo Choo Express. Oh my god. Okay. What did I do back to?
On the choo.
Fucking stupid. On the Choo Choo Express.
Chugga choo choo.
Chugga cray cray.
Fucking go.
Right. Here we go. Almost 1 minute. Stand by. Okay. All right.
We good?
Oh, we're good.
Oh, we good.
So I decided to take it to the Lone Star State today.
Back to Texas?
Mm-hmm. Back to Texas. And, back to Texas. Okay. So.
Oh, that reminds me. You know how we say like and a lot?
Oh, yeah.
I heard a trick that if you are trying to make yourself stop saying a word a lot, if you say it, you have to say it 5 times, and it'll eventually make your brain another brain fucking thing.
It's a brain exercise.
It'll make you stop saying that word.
Do you know what you can do?
So if you say you're like Wait, that was like 7 times.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it. You can pull this over to you.
Oh my god, I just can't see you properly.
I know. I'm sorry.
Hey,
okay,
here we go. I stepped on your halls. I hope that's okay.
Oh god, they're so ruined now. They're only like 3 years old. Okay.
Perfect. I'm sure they're working really well for your throat.
It's just like pure candy. That's all this is. Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna suck on sugar.
It's fine.
Just think it's gonna be. That's another thing
it's
too.
It's like a sugar pill.
Placebo effect literally works a lot of times too. Also, another thing about positive thinking.
This is my time.
You guys, I have to just reiterate one more thing. Go watch Heal on Netflix because it'll literally change.
You know what
your
I
life.
immediately thought of? I thought you meant like heal like a dog, but you mean HEAL, not HEEL.
Yeah, I almost called you Caddy. I'm drunk.
Let's mean, that's not
okay, Caddy. Let's go.
Compliment.
I know, little catty cat.
Whatever. I can say
that's
crowns
my best
too.
Friend
so
from Texas,
and she's pretty awesome.
Speaking of Texas, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Dallas Ripper. Have you heard of him?
Is his name Jack?
No, because he's from Dallas.
Okay, well, I don't know. So, someone named Jack could be from Dallas?
Yeah.
I don't know where Jack the Ripper's from.
He's from London. What?
Yeah, so maybe I should do that story.
Wait a minute. You didn't know. Wait, shut the fuck up.
I don't know the real story about Jack the Ripper. I just know who he is.
What do you mean you don't know the story about him? Do you know who he killed? Like what he did?
I mean, I know he killed people.
So what do you know about Jack? Sorry, everybody.
I know that Jack the Ripper is a murderer.
That's it.
Back in the day. That's literally all I know about Jack the Ripper.
Are you fucking serious?
That's all I know.
Okay, number 1, you can just get like a brief Cliff Notes kind of vague idea of what he did, but it's obviously theatrical. Just watch From Hell. It's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp. It's Johnny Depp, and it's about like a kind of they do like a kind of a theory about Jack the Ripper, but obviously it's fictionalized and everything else. But it is the base of what he did. So just go watch From Hell, and then you'll get kind of a base of what he did.
Great.
He killed prostitutes. The end. Anyway, but he mutilated them, but like with surgeon precision. It was like 5 prostitutes in like the Churchill district of London, like in 1885. So go look it up. Anyway, but that's not what I'm doing today.
Okay.
Anyway,
Dallas the Ripper.
Dallas Ripper, not
Dallas
Jack the Ripper.
The Dallas.
No, it's called the Dallas Ripper. Okay, so this guy, his name was Charles Frederick Albright, and he was born August 10th of 1933 at a good old Amarillo, Texas. If you ever driven through there,
sucks.
It sucks. It's pretty much the last stop of civilization before you go all the way through West Texas and you want to kill yourself all the way up to about Blanco or so.
Austin.
Well, that too. I mean, like you have to go you could go east and you go to Dallas. And
you go through Amarillo.
I go
on the way back through when you're coming back from Colorado, right? I'm pretty sure I was there. There's a big livestock museum there, some shit.
Yeah. And there's a quarter horse museum there.
Yeah, the quarter horse museum,
which is so fucking weird. But Is
it like stuffed horses?
I don't know. They're not taxidermied, but they're plastic. I remember going there when I was like 10. Like my mom she loved to do fucking road trips, but she was part of Texas Parks and Wildlife, so we did road trips all the time, all over Texas. And so one time we ended up in Amarillo of all places, and the one thing that I remember there, besides now driving through there when I have to drive back and forth, whenever I have to go back and forth to Texas in my car, was going to the Quarter Horse Museum when I was like, I think like 10 or something like that.
Let's go, Shay.
I remember because it's
only like 6 hours from here.
It's probably cheap as fuck. And I remember it because I had like this bowl haircut, so I think I was about 10 or so.
Oh, yeah.
I had lice.
10?
I had lice. It was not a good time in my life. Shut the fuck up, okay?
I'm just picturing you with a bowl cut because you had lice.
Oh,
I had a bowl cut as a choice, so that's worse.
Oh, okay. Well, then I win.
I had a mushroom bowl cut, so it was like a little bit shaped. Like, did I want to be a boy?
I don't know. That's amazing.
I was like, no, yeah, I'm cool because I have short hair. No one else
There was one time I cut my hair.
No, everyone thinks I'm a boy.
It was okay, it was not just a bowl cut. It was like the tiniest bowl in your fucking china cabinet, and then my mom had taken a a buzz cut underneath, like underneath my skull.
Oh yeah,
because that's where all the lice lived. So
only that one spot.
So it was like a bowl, like where my fucking forehead was, like short bang bowl, and then like shaved like all the way.
Bang bowls.
Yes, and then and then shaved all the way up underneath that bowl. It was horrible.
Oh no.
And then one time I got my hair cut, like it wasn't a bowl cut, but it was like kind of cut super short, where I was like, yeah, I'm fucking Dana Scully. I was a big fucking nerd.
I was like, I want to look like Meg Ryan as a 10-year-old. Can you cut my hair short like Meg Ryan or the older lady from Two of a Kind?
Was it like
with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen? Yeah.
Wait, what?
That was also another haircut that I loved and wanted.
Christy Alley's haircut from...
Not Christy Alley.
What?
No. That's from It Takes Two. Two of a Kind was a TV show with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen with some
I don't remember that. Two of a Kind?
Yeah, it was like...
When was that? Was that after Full House?
It was like on ABC Family, not Fox Family. It was before.
But was that on Full House?
It was after Full House. They were like the Olsen twins were
that was
probably
like in their prime.
Teens, early teenagers.
And that was like then they became anorexic and they did like
and then they're like, now I'm gonna
marry
this 17 times a day and marry a 90-year-old man that's really rich and I look really bad. Hi, my name's Mary Kate.
It's true though.
I think Ashley's doing good. Better for herself.
She's my. I think she's as old as they're both as old as I am.
We're never gonna smile ever again, even though we're the richest twins that ever walked the planet Earth. Mm-hmm. But that's fine.
We're just emaciated and we just drink coffee and have cigarettes all fucking day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, the Dallas Ripper. Here we go.
Sorry about that. Okay, so he was born in Amarillo, Texas, and again, if you haven't gone there, you don't have to.
Wait.
What? Oh God.
ASMR.
Perfect.
Hashtag.
Is it? That's all we're gonna fucking say. We're gonna have to hashtag all of our fucking episodes from now on because
ASMR.
ASMR.
Because we always put them in. Anyway.
Yep.
I'll share.
I love it. Anyway, so he actually was adopted. His mom was a super strict and such. I don't know why I was fucking slurring over that, but that's cool. We're gonna fucking rewind to last week where I couldn't pronounce my words.
You have an unfair advantage because you're always the second half.
I know, and I'm slamming it down as you're talking. I'm like, man,
and I'm like, yes, I'm done. Here we go.
I feel fucking just fantastic.
Kicked in and I'm done.
And I'm like, wow, that vodka in my eye, it's really hitting the spot, like last week. Anyway, so his mom was super strict, and but don't worry, it wasn't all sadness for Charles. When he got his first gun when he was a teenager, and he killed small animals with it. So if you were any normal parent, you'd be like, that's a fucking red flag there, but that's cool. That's cool.
Well, depending on where you grow up, that's not a red flag, Shay.
If you kill small animals for fun, not for like hunting, but for fun.
Yeah,
that's a red flag anywhere.
Also, I have another side note.
Noted for anytime if you ever have children and you come up to me little Johnny's killing squirrels and fucking raccoons in the back room in our backyard for no reason, and I'll be like, yeah, he's not gonna come to my house anymore. That's cool. Jesus, sorry about your fucking psycho kid, but
there's
go on.
a show called The End of the Fucking World on Netflix.
I've heard about that.
And it's a dark comedy about like teenagers, and this little boy is like a psychopath and like wants to kill this girl.
Okay.
Sounds like a really weird premise for a movie, but he like when he was little, like he like just always killed little animal. He, like,
and then
just
your
was
preface,
fascinated with it.
Your thing.
So I guess it is.
Yeah, it's a red fucking flag.
Got it. But not when you're a little hunter boy. Don't little hunter boys kill squirrels and shit?
Not for fun.
Yeah, just for like, I got him.
Yeah, like but this guy was doing it like he got the gun and he would like just start killing small animals.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
that's bad.
So. And his mom.
I'm trying to think positively about.
Shut the fuck up. So
there's
the goddamn spin. There's a spin. So
I'll shut up.
here, no, you don't have to shut up. It's fine. So it's funny. But his mom maybe was the positive thinker in all this, and she said, and she just instead.
What a great aim.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, literally, his mom would help stuff them. Because he just claimed like, oh, I'm really interested in becoming a taxidermist when I grow up. So she's like, okay, well let's just do this activity together, so we can all just have family fun.
Let's just kill all these animals and stuff them,
and we'll stuff them. So that's how I think she was like putting a positive spin on something. But I think she also was a little psycho because
exactly. Yeah, you got to know when to, rein them back in.
Right. So the only reason why I was like, okay, maybe she was actually a little psycho, because I'm like, okay, maybe she was trying to just look at all the positiveness. But she also, let's see, what else did she do? Okay, so she, according to the Texas Monthly, which is a magazine in Texas, which Caddy will know that.
Texas Monthly?
Texas
Monthly. For like the whole state?
Mm-hmm. It's like a little in-state magazine. It's actually a really good magazine. But anyway. So according to the Texas Monthly, they did, I guess
it only comes in the Texas edition. Trucks.
Duh. It's just the trucks. In the cobalt blue. They did a interview with him in prison, and that's where a lot of this information came from. So
is he alive?
Yeah. Anyway, so don't spoil it. Oh god. So anyway, according to the Texas Monthly, rather than like springing for expensive fake eyes, his mother insisted that he use buttons, like little buttons.
Okay, Mom, you're fucked up, Mom.
Like, so can you imagine?
Mom!
Like, so just remember that.
Okay, that made him crazier. Are you kidding?
Just remember that he wanted to use like the pretty polished eyes for the taxidermies, and his mom made him probably put like fucking buttons for squirrels and raccoons.
Buttons.
Probably. Like, she'd get her finest buttons, and to save some money, she insisted.
Whoops, I only have a booby tassel left. Here you go.
There you go. So, anyway, also, she was a little bit smothering. She would sometimes dress her son in girl's clothing. She also tied him to the bed as punishment. And then she also insisted on chauffeuring him when he began dating in high school. So I mean
that's
deck was
chauffeuring, like being with him the whole time.
Yes. So like, and then like, if any of the other parents were like, no, we can take them or whatever, she's like, no, I'm going to take them. Like, she wouldn't even let the other parents be involved. She had to be with her son at all times. And I don't know if it's
another thing is family trauma, parenting.
So this could also be like a nurture thing too. It might not all be nature.
Yeah. That
totally.
That's weird.
Right.
That would make me feel so weird.
Right. So
especially if I already had an obsession with taxidermy.
Yeah. So maybe again, like, then I thought like, maybe it was like a Dexter thing. Like, did you ever watch Dexter?
Not really, but I know he.
So the mom wasn't in the picture. The dad knew that Dexter had like homicidal tendencies. So he was trying to coach him to just like, okay, you're gonna have to do this.
You're gonna watch that show.
You're gonna kill the bad guys. So that like maybe she was like, she knew kind of what he was like, but at the same time, like, she was the one that was insisting on using buttons. So it's like she kind of made him crazy. Anyway,
that just skews it up.
That's just me trying to like put a positive spin on things. Anyway, I don't mean to say that sarcastically. Anyway, so throughout
my talk was legit, okay, guys?
So throughout his teenage years, he's committing like an array of petty crimes, like mostly surrounding thievery, like just whatever, petty theft. Nothing like super, like no sex.
Did his mom chauffeur him to rob banks and shit too?
No, this is like kind of like when he kind of was
rob the taxidermy store.
Rob the taxidermy store, but yeah, no, he was kind of getting off on his own, but like this, no, his mom did not do that. Anyway, so no major repercussions. Every time that he would get caught, it was like usually like probation and shit. And throughout all of this, he had an interest in becoming a doctor of all things. He at first,
so he could kill people legally?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't know his life. Well, I kind of know his life because I researched his life, but whatever. Anyway, so he failed to complete the pre-med courses, and after a year's stint in jail, he attended another university and enrolled in pre-med courses, but he got expelled after that after he was like stealing shit. So he could not fucking help himself.
What's his name?
His name is Charles Albright. Charles Albright. Frederick is his middle name.
Poor Charles.
So after all this, he kept failing his fucking pre-med classes. He just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna
You're dissecting the bodies too long, sir. Please.
Yeah, you have to not. You can't take that home as a goodie bag.
You can't take the body home.
No, you can't do that. So he finally said, fuck it, and just falsified a degree. You know how you do. So he gets married eventually and has a daughter. It's 1974 at this point, but he can never shake his life of crime. He gets caught falsifying other documents and forging checks, and receives some probation, and that's all he really gets. So he really is staying away from jail time, which is insane to me. And then he steals hundreds of dollars worth of hardware, merch, from like a local hardware store, and gets sent to prison for 2 years, but only serves 6 months. So jump to 1981.
He had a lot of chances to turn his life around.
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus,
seriously, but they're still
but he still had some shit in his mind that he didn't address.
No, I mean,
kept digging it down deeper, didn't he?
Fucking button eyes, man. So
they're staring at me. I can't help.
She's like fucking coral eye shit. So jump to 1981. So his mother died, which probably was probably one of the best things that probably could have happened to this poor guy.
I'm not laughing at his mom dying.
No, I know.
Still laughing.
You're fine. So while he was visiting some friends, and this was again after his mother's death, that's when his crimes escalated. So he
I feel like every time you look up at me, I'm just making this crazy face.
You're just like,
oh my God, what are you about to tell me?
I know. It hasn't even gotten to the worst part yet. So
yeah.
In 1981, he sexually molested, when he was visiting some friends, he sexually molested their 9-year-old daughter. They reported him and he was prosecuted. He pled guilty and received only probation. And this is again after decades at this point of crime.
Our legal system still.
Yeah. He later claimed that he was innocent, but had pled to avoid a hassle.
And he just got probation?
That's it. Yeah. So.
Why?
Because.
Meanwhile, I sold a fucking half-eighth of weed and I'm in jail for 7 years.
But not.
Just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, but you're on work release, but it's cool. Okay.
I didn't even sell it, Shay.
I know. I was just joking because I didn't know what work release meant.
That's longer probation than I got for smoking weed in my car. Holy shit. Times have changed, I hope.
Jesus Christ.
To God.
So now we jump to 1985, and a pretty awesome year, if I do say so myself. It was the year I was born.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why you're eating raisins? I love raisins. I would eat raisins every day.
Fuck you.
But I haven't bought a bag, so that's a problem.
So in 1985, Albright met a woman named Dixie. He gets married to her and they move to Dallas. So, kind of 5 years kind of goes by.
Dixie.
Fucking Dixie. And just kind of no major crimes have happened at that point. So on December 13th of 1990, Mary.Lou.Pratt, 35, a well-known prostitute in... What is that funny.
Mary.Lou.Pratt.
Fuck you.
That was funny to me.
Because I'm just
Mary.Lou.Pratt.
No.
Because I have an aunt I did have an aunt Mary Lou, and it was Mary Lou. Mary.Lou.Pratt. Mary Lou is probably one name. So I thought it was funny.
It's
Mary Lou.
That's still two names, you asshole. So it's Mary.Lou.Pratt.
I know, it's not funny, but it is.
It's fine. I just liked how much you cracked up on it. Mary.Lou.Pratt.
All right, that's the title of our next episode. Mary.Lou.Pratt. With periods at each name.
I fucking hate you. So she was a well-known prostitute.
Ooh, Mary.Lou.Pratt. Okay, I'm done.
So, a well-known prostitute, after I've said that 5 minutes ago, in the Oak Cliff neighborhood.
What was her name? Just kidding.
God damn it.
Go ahead.
So she was in the Oak Cliff neighborhood, and that's in Dallas. Her body was found laying face up. She was wearing only a t-shirt. She was shot in the back of the head with a .44 caliber bullet. And the
but she was facing. Oh,
she was.
Yeah,
she was face up. Jesus Christ!
I didn't understand that you couldn't shoot someone in the front of the head. You have to only shoot them in the back. So I was like, you know what? She was facing up. Okay, I need to calm down. This is not funny either. It's horrible.
It's not
She's
funny.
Facing up. Dead from being shot in the head.
I kind of wish that I could give you that tip. If somebody's coming at you, just face up because you'll be fine. Holy shit.
Just fucking flail around.
Just flail around. It'll be great. The medical examiner discovered that this killer had removed both her eyes.
For the taxidermy?
I don't know. So
anyway.
Jesus. And the reason why she really noted this, I mean, the fact that her eyes were fucking missing, but he did it with or the killer allegedly did it with such precision, he didn't even make a mark on the eyelids, and apparently had taken them with him. So so they didn't know until they got to the medical examiner that the eyes were even gone because he closed her lids back, and they looked like they were done with such precision. They don't know how he did it, but they were just, nothing was cut, so it just looked like her eyes were closed.
People are fucking insane.
Right. So when they got back, and then she got to the fucking the top of her fucking head, and she was like, whoa. I don't know if that's what she did, but whatever. So
that was the quote
that I found. Texas Monthly, page 9. So and they were fucking gone. So yes, people are insane. So we jumped to about a year later. So February 10th of 1991, Susan Peterson.
So wait, they didn't. This was a year after?
This is a year after. So it's unsolved. Unsolved. Yeah. So
it was on the show? Just kidding.
It was on the show.
Was it on the show?
So Susan Peterson, is there anything funny about that name?
No.
No, okay.
No. I did, the client I had to meet today, her name was Susan.
Oh.
Other than that.
Okay.
Here we go.
So she was a prostitute as well. She was found nearly nude with her t-shirt pulled up to display her.
So he had similar tendencies to Jackie the Ripper, Mr. Jack.
How do you even know that? Because it's prostitutes and I told you that. So yes, that's I think probably why.
You literally just told me
I'm sorry, I forgot. So yes, so it's because it's prostitute-based crime. So,
is that a genre of crime?
I don't know. I just said it that way it was. I don't know. It's prostitute-based crime. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, everybody. Who has a loved one that may be in prostitution. I don't know.
Or is in prostitution-based crimes.
And, if you're listening to this podcast while you're doing your Johns, good for you,
Doing your job. Be careful out there, you prostitutes.
Yeah, you be careful out there. You know, stay safe. Wear a rubber. Okay. Anyway,
you stay classy.
You stay classy, or wherever you're at. You know, you just do you. Anyway, if you're thinking positively, that's all that matters. Mm-hmm. Okay. So her name was Susan Peterson, and she was a prostitute, and she was found nearly nude, with her t-shirt pulled up to display her breasts in the same manner as the previous with Mary.Lou. And she had been shot 3 times in the top of the head, in the left breast for whatever reason, and point blank in the back of the head. One bullet had pierced her heart, and another entered her brain. A clump of hair lay on her chest. She had been dumped in South Dallas, just outside city limits, and the medical examiner found that this victim bore another, unfortunately, similarity, which was that her eyes had been surgically removed. Ow. I keep hitting my head. Ow. It's not funny.
You are so sick.
I am. My coordination is so fucking off. It's way worse than it usually is.
That's weird and fucked up. Are you gonna tell me why he likes eyes so much? Is it because of the taxidermy?
I mean, again, I'll get to that. Okay. So, I mean, not really,
he
though.
He glassed them up himself.
I mean, I'll let you know. So,
okay.
So,
just tell me later.
Actually, just a month later, on March 18th of 1991, Shirley Williams, a part-time prostitute, just part-time, was found naked.
Damn it, she was only part-time?
I know, it was kind of fucked up, right? So, she was found naked, lying on her side near a school, with her eyes removed. So, Williams also had facial bruises and a broken nose, and she had been shot through the top of her head and in the face. God, this guy was fucking ruthless.
Just kept getting fucking worse, too.
Yeah, so, in a couple days after that, so March 22nd of 1991, after the murder of Shirley, a witness came forward and told police about Albright, and he was arrested.
Finally!
Yeah, so he was apparently
getting away scot-free?
So apparently, I guess that this prostitute that she, I think, was approached by him and he tried to get her in the car or something like that, and she just, pretty much fought him off. And then,
so it was okay.
So he actually tried to murder her, I believe. And, it was a super old, episode of Forensic Files. So, and it was kind of it was patched together in a weird way. So it was off of fucking YouTube. So, from the gist that I got was, it was a prostitute that was either he was trying to, kidnap her, obviously to kill her. I mean, I know that's kidnapping her, she was a prostitute, but going against her will when she said no, essentially, and she got away, I believe, obviously, because she didn't die, and identified him. So, she finally came forward, identified him, and
was this after she heard of other people
prostitutes of dying? Yeah,
fellow citizens.
Yes, her fellow peers, if you will. So she came forward and named him. So I guess the police put some mugshots in front of her, and the reason why they knew is she was shaking to her core, and so okay, that's the fucking dude. It was I guess insinuated by his wife Dixie that he had actually had a super early paper route, and that's how she believes is what he was kind of doing these murders was when he was just his alibi was I have a paper route, so he was going off and doing this at super early in the morning. So,
oh, great.
Yeah, so his trial began early on December 13th of 1991. The evidence was mostly circumstantial. Hairs were found at the Williams murder site, and it matched Albright's hair. He was sentenced to life in prison, and I think he was only convicted for Shirley Williams' murder, but nobody else's.
But he got life.
He got life in prison.
Okay.
And he's now 85. He remains confined to a psychiatric hospital, but he still insists that he didn't kill anybody. He never admitted it. And to this day, nobody knows what happened to the eyeballs. Nobody could find him.
And he's never admitted it.
He never admitted it.
And so what was the interview about?
The interview was just kind of talking to him about it, and I guess, a lot of the interview, he was, saying, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was fucked up that my mom, made me use, fucking... buttons for eyes, but like, I don't know. What kind of sick fuck would take eyeballs out of ladies? But
so it was all a denial?
It was all a denial. He denied it. He totally denied it, and he denied it. He again.
But it has been it's proven, obviously.
It's circumstantial. It wasn't like fucking hard evidence. It wasn't like they fucking found the eyeballs, and it wasn't like they found.
But they found his hair.
They found his hair, so it's like.
And it was like, why would your hair be with this lady?
It's circumstantial just because, unfortunately she was a prostitute. So it's like, well, he could have been seeing prostitutes and didn't kill her.
When was this interview?
I believe in 2010. So a while ago.
But kind of recent in terms of like him getting convicted.
Yeah, but he still didn't. But yeah, he never admitted it. Not once.
Oh my God. Well, I'm glad he's behind bars forever.
So, yeah. But, anyway, so that's the story of the Dallas. It was a short one, but,
That's fine.
It's good.
That was fucking nuts. I actually, do you remember, taking it back to nostalgia in the 90s, do you remember the movie Swing Blade with Billy Bob Thornton from the 90s?
Do you mean Sling Blade?
Is it Sling Blade?
It's Sling Blade, not
Sling Blade,
not
yeah.
Swing Blade, but
and he's
good
like
job.
Kind of mentally
like my French fried mashed
I've
potatoes.
never seen that movie.
I've never seen it either.
Literally last week. It's actually really fucking crazy.
I've actually never watched it. I just know the French fried mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I only know about that movie because of I Love the 90s, and they like did a little segment on that movie. And then Chris was like, "Oh my God, Swing Blade," and I was like, "What?"
And he was like, "You were watching this right now." Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, is this when like Billy Bob Thornton's like, after everything he says?" And Chris was like, "What? Billy Bob looks nothing like Billy Bob Thornton."
No, he's
also he's really weird look. Like delete that.
Okay.
He looks like, I think of Billy Bob Thornton as a really tall, like scrawny, skinny dude, and then when him and Angelina Jolie were together, like that's the kind of Billy Bob I think of. But like, I was like, this, like even the whole movie, I was like, that's Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, I've never watched it. I just know that he has like this underbite.
And I was like, holy shit, his face probably hurt so bad.
I know, because his jaw was jutted forward like the entire time. Like, yeah.
And it's like he does an incredible job. He also directed the movie.
Yeah.
But it's very, I don't know. It's not. It's about a murder and some crazy shit, but it's actually a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Yeah.
That story reminded me of that, but in not any good way.
So there wasn't a whole lot of information on it because, again, because there wasn't a whole lot of evidence because, again, it was circumstantial. It was just, they just found those hairs. It wasn't like they found the murder weapon or they found like the fucking eyeballs or they found like the blood. They didn't find any of that. They found hairs. So technically they don't
know if he did any of those other murders. They just know that they had the eyeballs were taken out.
Yes, and again, like you can kind of like, I guess if like I'm sure like not a pathologist, a psychologist, a criminal psychologist, like was looking at it like, oh no, all these kind of like match up, but again, like there was no hard evidence to back it up, but they did get him on circumstantial evidence on just the one woman because there was hair, whatever. But
his hair was
but there was no blood. They never found the gun, the murder weapon, and they could not find the eyeballs. So it's all circumstantial, but it's still fucking crazy.
Hashtag, they could not find the eyeballs.
Right. But can you imagine like what I mean
where are they?
Well, I'm sure they're gone now.
They're probably on that ring of that girl that I met in that hotel that one time that was like, yeah, this is an alligator eye, but I wanted a human eye, but they didn't have any. And I was like, can we have our room, please? Thanks.
That's great.
Anyways.
But yeah.
People just wear them on their rings now.
Well, it's probably one of these poor ladies' eyes. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah. So I just thought it was kind of a crazy story. And I haven't done a Texas one in a while. So.
Gotta bring it back to Texas.
Deep
in the heart of Texas. Gotta rip.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so yeah, it was kind of a short and sweet one, which is, sometimes it's good for us.
Was that really short and sweet?
No, it was 40 minutes.
we're normal.
It's because
I literally interrupted you on every sentence that you.
And that was honestly good. It needed some buffer. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, well,
but it was crazy for the short, like, little thing. I mean, like, his fucking mom dressed him in women's clothing and tied him to bed because it was bad.
Dude,
and
parents fuck you up.
They do. So it's just like, it really is. You wonder, like, okay, like, yeah,
no matter
he
how
got
you were raised.
Right. So he got the gun when he was a teenager and he was killing small animals with it. But now it's like, well, okay, was he doing it because he was bored, or was he doing it because it was sinister, or because now, like, you also have this nurture thing where his mom was super strict and she was tying him to a bed, and like, was but
the only thing she let him do was, like, taxidermy animals that he killed.
Right. And
so it was like, what?
Right. So, and, like, you know, like, was it, you know, is the eye thing, like, a circumstantial thing? Who knows? So it's all, like, kind of left up for discussion, essentially. But anyway. I just thought it was an interesting story because I never had really...
Very contemplative.
I've never, kind of researched that story, so that was a new one for me.
Hell yeah. It was interesting to me. I had no idea. I don't even know who Jack the Ripper is.
Clearly. So we're watch From Hell. Okay. That'll just give you some loose cliff notes.
Loose?
Loosey goosey. All right.
Well, before you roll, Shay.
Okay.
We're going to roll, guys. But I want to give my shout out.
Give it.
Follow us on Instagram.
Do it.
Fucking share our story or not our story. Share our posts tale if you liked our episode.
Our geriatric.
Give us a little shout out, like our little post if you want.
Yeah.
But follow us on Instagram, THURDYISH.
Do it.
Also, we've had a couple of you guys asking for like 30-ish stickers. So would you guys want any stickers? Like, we were like, well, maybe we should make some stickers and even just like put them around town or wherever. But like,
DM
would
us.
any of you guys want any?
DM us.
So DM us if you want a 30-ish sticker, 30-ish podcast.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get those made if you really guys really want them.
Yeah, if you guys want them, we'll definitely make them and send them out to you.
Yeah.
We would love to snail mail them to you. Maybe Pigeon Express if you live in Fort Collins.
That would be amazing, right?
They only do it for the rafting. So we'll go rafting on a field trip, and then we'll send you the picture.
And we'll have you buy the plane ticket to get to the rafting company because that's as far as they go.
It's perfect. It's fine. But anyways, yeah. So perfect. We love you. Thanks for listening, and we gonna roll for our next topics next week.
Oh, and again, we're gonna pull it up, and we hear everyone's little voices going, "It's this, you dumb bitch." Which is fine.
Number 4 means
you're dumb. Which is fair.
Will you send me that list, Shay? Because I don't know it.
Sure, I can send it to you.
Thanks. All right, roll it, girl. She's shaking it.
I'm gonna shake it
like
good.
a Polaroid picture.
I'm gonna shake it up.
Crime.
Really, I feel all the goddamn edges of the pointy of the die.
Whoa,
sis. Paranormal. What?
Yes! I manifested that shit.
You did. That was a power positive thinking.
We're both gonna get it. Just kidding.
What you gonna get?
We were actually just talking about how we haven't rolled paranormal in a long time.
Dose. You got some crime, girl.
Oh shit. Okay. Maybe I'll do something not about murder for my little brother.
There was a really good show for a while that it had nothing to do with murder, but it had to do with like money laundering, and I can't remember what the fucking name of it was, but it was really fascinating. Anyway, but yeah, you can do whatever you want.
What's it called? Oh, Ozark?
No, it was a documentary show.
Oh, okay. It was like a real show?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I never watched Ozark, but everyone loved that show.
It
was about like drug dealing and money laundering.
And I've heard it was really amazing too, and I just didn't. It was like another one of those shows. I'm like, I don't have time. I gotta rewatch Hell's Kitchen like.
I have to download Disney Plus and watch Smart Guy.
I have to watch Xenon and Wizards of the Waverly Place and like all the Pixar
Xenon
movies.
The sequel.
Every single fucking Pixar movie ever.
Have you seen Coco?
Yeah.
Have you seen? I haven't seen Inside Out yet.
You need to watch Inside Out.
Especially about positive thinking.
That's actually one of like my low-key favorite movies, and I would say something about it, but I want to wait for you to watch it. And because it was like one of the saddest. I don't think I've ugly cried like that in a long time in the theater. There was one moment that I was like, fuck.
Got me real good.
Holy shit.
Speaking of Pixar, there's a new Pixar movie coming out called Soul. Have you seen anything about it? I posted it on my Instagram story. Because
what is it?
Well, first of all, fucking Questlove is the main voice of the character, but it's about music and how it like changes your life.
Oh, that's cool.
Called Soul.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be fucking dope. And Questlove posted about it.
That's cool.
And he was like crying when they asked him to like be the voice of their Pixar movie. Like he was like, oh, you want me to just like review it for you guys? And then they're like, no, we want you to like be the main person. And he was like, and the fact that he like, I just
love you.
I love music.
I love it. I have not heard that one.
It's a Pixar movie about music.
So
it's gonna be so good.
I love me some Pixar, but I'm not like, I'm more of like a nerd. Like I'm just really more excited about Star Wars.
That's fine.
Up, so
wait, there's new Star Wars movies or the show?
Brianna,
the show,
the movie.
There's a new Star Wars movie. There's so many new Star Wars.
It's the last of the Skywalker trilogy. Brianna. Oh my God!
Wait, there's a Skywalker trilogy.
Oh my God! We have to go.
You need to do I'm gonna cry. You need to bring me up on the info. And fuck it up to the tempo. Bring me up on the info.
God damn it!
Bring me up on the info. Okay, bye guys. We love you. Okay. Thanks for listening.
You're the best.
Bye bye.